Hi guys, it's Belle. So today I'm going to do a Q&A, and I've wanted to do this video for a few weeks now, but obviously I've got more than enough time on my hands at the moment with quarantine, so I thought I may as well film it. A few weeks ago now I did one of those questionnaires on Instagram, and the questions that I got from that I've just screenshot so I could film this video at a later date, which is today. So I'm just going to go straight into it. I've got the screenshots here, and there's quite a few different topics that I'm going to speak about too, which is fun. But the first one is confidence, body confidence, and how to be healthy apart from the gym. I like that question. So I would mainly say, for me personally anyway, the main thing with confidence is just not, I know it's very cliche and a lot of people say the same thing, but it 100% is just focusing on yourself in your own lane and what your hobbies and interests are, and not comparing yourself to anybody else, because 9 times out of 10 that person is then comparing themselves to somebody else, and you're never satisfied with the life that you have or the body that you have, or you're always kind of trying to fill a void with materialistic things. I think I don't know, being happy with what you've got is so important, because I know, like, especially in terms of jobs, you can work your way up and work your way up, but then even when you've got to somewhere that you would have only dreamed of getting to 5 years ago, there's always somewhere else that you can be. And that kind of lifestyle of never being happy and never feeling good enough, it does take its toll on you. And I think you not being happy with yourself, other people can see that, and that emotion inside of you is just portrayed to other people, and then they can see this sort of negative, unconfident, unhappy person. And I do think if you give off a negative vibe and you speak negatively about other people all the time, and you're just giving off a general negative vibe, you're not going to get positive things coming into your life. So I just think as well, positive affirmations are so important. I think especially with the whole body issue, if you're not happy mentally, it might not just be about your body, it could be other things going on in your life too. And I think even if you do get to that point of, wow, like I've got abs now, or I've lost a few inches here or there, you're still not going to be, you're going to find something else to be unhappy about if you've got that sort of personality trait that's taken years to build up. It's going to take a long time to kind of retrain those thoughts and become positive. So I do think speaking positively to yourself, speaking to yourself like you'd speak to your friend, because you'd never walk past your friend like you walk past yourself in the mirror and go, oh, I look fat today, oh, I look awful today, oh my god, that outfit looks disgusting. You need, even if you don't truly believe it, speaking those things to yourself helps so much. Because if you think about it, if you've got a voice in your head that's constantly saying, oh, I'm fat, or I'm unhealthy, or I eat terribly, blah blah blah, that is so like demotivating. You need to have a voice in your head that's positive, and then I think from that you'll feel better, you'll give off better vibes, and then that will give you a more positive life, basically. The next question was vegan essentials to have in your cupboard and what your weekly food shop looks like. Obviously that's very different at the moment with what's going on, but usually the main things that I sort of buy, I do love the Vegan Kind supermarket. I get a lot of deliveries, this isn't sponsored by the way, but I do get a lot of deliveries from them because it's just kind of like Asda for vegans online. It's great. But I usually just get like a lot of my protein, so I'll really like tofu and tempeh, just plain or smoked, and then I herb that up and spice it up myself. I love making my own homemade sweet potato fries, like a tahini spicy sauce, and obviously like your pasta. I really have been loving this edamame bean spaghetti pasta at the moment, and it's literally just 100% edamame beans. I do think the Vegan Kind supermarket, if you are looking to go vegan, that is a great place to start, because, well, it can be quite dangerous as well for your purse, but I could spend hours on there. But I did just do a shop the other day, and I got tempeh, got some chocolate stuff as well. What else did I get? I got some hemp milk as well, because I made my own hemp milk from obviously hemp seeds the other day, and I loved it. But we've got I've got shelled hemp seeds at the moment, so I don't know if you can make it from that. You probably would be able to be fair, but I bought the barista version so I could make really nice coffees. And I don't think as well, a lot of people tend to say they're put off going vegan because it's more expensive. If you actually go out to buy fresh meat at the supermarket, that's actually really expensive. So I think it's just about becoming normalised to the idea of being vegan, and then you look for your favourite products, and then you can see cheaper versions of certain things, and I think it's just the same as if you weren't vegan, really. Obviously if you're going out to buy like the top-notch brands, which you can do that on a non-vegan diet, it will be expensive, but I wouldn't say my shop's any more expensive than my friend's who's not vegan. But yeah, it's just like a normal shop, really. How different was your life 1 year ago? My life was very different 1 year ago. So around this time last year, I was living in LA for 3 months, and I met so many amazing people, did so many cool jobs. I just had the best time. Obviously I'd love to be able to travel again like I did last year, but there's much bigger things going on, and I'm lucky enough to be able to be with my family in this time, because I know some people aren't. But yeah, I would like to travel again like last year but just have to wait until this all dies down. But yeah, it was very different a year ago. How has going vegan changed my life? I would say it's changed my life in like a positive way, but it also can be a negative way as well. The positive is obviously knowing that I'm kind of helping the planet in some way, and I'm not participating in that sort of industry of killing animals, and yeah, I just love animals, so there's kind of that positive outcome. But then there can be a negative side of it too, where it's a bit morbid this side, but it could also be negative, because when I was younger and I'd go past a farm and see like all the cute sheep and cows, I'd think, oh yeah, lovely farm. But now I just see it and I think of death. I know that sounds really morbid, but I think because you are so much more open to what's actually going on in the world, which can be a positive too, it's sometimes hard to switch off from it all and know when to switch off from it all, because you can become obsessed. I know I was really sad when I first went vegan, because I just couldn't believe what actually goes on in slaughterhouses and what actually goes into the food that I used to eat. I'm not going to make this a full-on vegan video, but yeah, it can also be a negative too. But then it is obviously, the positive does outweigh the negative, and that's the only thing, because I just remind myself that I am helping the situation. So yeah, it's changed my life in a lot of ways, mostly positive, and with regards to like skin, hair, energy, and just feeling more light all the time. I eat 10 times more than I did before I was vegan, so it's not that I'm eating any less, but you just feel more energized for longer, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it with how it's changed my life. If I had one day to rule the world, what would I change? Oh god, that's a bit like intense. I'll probably get a lot of crap for this, but if it was just one day out of the year, so I can't get too much crap for it, I'd love to just be able to make everyone vegan in the world just for one day out of the year, like just one day, just to see how much it actually changed, or how much positive it did for the world. Because there's some mad statistics with how much of certain animals we eat, or how many trees we cut down and things like that, so it would be interesting just for one day to see that. Yeah, maybe that. I don't know what else could I... Yeah, just anyone who hurts animals, or any just gruesome sort of act, just the death penalty. Very morbid, I sound like a psychopath, but I don't know, just something like that, something to do with less violence and helping people who can't be helped. Yeah, something like that. Goals for the year. Obviously it's kind of similar to the last question I did about being in LA. I was meant to be in LA again this summer, so around the same time as now. So it has stopped a lot of my plans for work, but I'm obviously healthy and happy, and I'm with my family, so I'm not complaining. But they were my goals for the year, so yeah, they have changed a lot, but I'm thankful that I can work from home, and try and be as creative as I can at home with work. It can be hard sometimes, but it's still fun. But yeah, I've got next year, the world's not ending, so yeah. Here's relationship advice. Well, I've only been in 2 serious relationships in my life, so I'm not like a guru on relationship, but I would say the main things for me for a successful, not even just a relationship but a friendship as well, is communication, like having that one-on-one respect with each other, to be able to portray your feelings and understand each other and know where each other's coming from. Trust is obviously a big one, and being able to rely on each other and just making each other laugh and having a good time. Should be like your best friends, and add a positive input into your life rather than a negative one. I know that's pretty obvious, but yeah, I would say they are my relationship advice points. Fave and least fave thing about yourself. Ooh, I'd say my favourite thing about myself would be that I'm very loyal and caring. I like making sure my friends and my family and everyone around me is happy. I'm a bit of a weirdo too. I'd say that's one of the fave things about me. I don't really care what other people think. The least favourite thing I would say is if I'm not in the mood to do something like work-wise or working out, or I don't know, I can procrastinate quite a bit, and then that would make me stress, and then I'd hate to stress, so it was a bit of a vicious circle. So yeah, I have to be really in the mood to get something done, but then if my head is screwed on and I'm really passionate about something, I will get it done. How did you heal your acne? So in my last video, I think it was, I did speak about my acne just briefly, and I am going to do a much bigger in-depth video on how I healed my acne for the second time, because a few months ago now I did do like a 3-part kind of series on my channel of how I healed my acne with like going to see a naturopath and my exercise and my food and everything like that, and then I thought obviously I was healed and I was cured, and then unfortunately it came back again for the second time, but it was even worse than the last time. I was just in a really bad place. I did a post on my Instagram talking about it, so I am going to do a really in-depth version of that and how I dealt with it this time, because I did do a lot of different things this time. I swore that I'd never go on the pill again, and I swore I'd never go on Roaccutane again, but obviously with regards to my job and having to work and having to get your face out and having clear skin and having people put your makeup on and stuff like that, there is a big pressure on that side of things. So I was thinking about going on that again, and then when I did think about going on it, obviously coronavirus happened, and with that drug you do need a one-on-one meet up with a doctor, because it is a pretty intense drug, and obviously you can't do that because of what's going on. So I can't go on it at all, but then my skin has still healed without it in my system anyway, and I'm not on the pill anymore. I think I have really done well with controlling my hormones and coming off the pill, which I am going to base it around that too, talking about hormonal acne and how I came off the pill naturally rather than just a straight shock to the system, because that is a big shock to the system, and I think that is what caused the kind of punch in the journey of my skin the first time round, kind of before I went to LA, and then it's been up and down since then really. But yeah, I think hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't come back again. Say like the main things are, which I think most people do know, but I'll quickly go through them. I would just say making sure, I think stress, honestly stress is so underlooked in our society, but I think with me as well, with my job and the situation that I was in at the time, I was under so much stress. My anxiety sorry, my throat. I was under so much stress, my anxiety was really bad, my mental health was not great, so you're constantly having that cortisol fight or flight pumping around your body, and that is not healthy. Like, that is not healthy at all. And I think in this day and age as well, we're always working at them really fast paces. We've not got time for anything else. It's money, and working is the main priority. And I think if you have that in your life for too long and you're in a really negative place, it will start to show physically through your skin or your body, or problems with your insides or anything like that. And then from then, stress can have a knock-on effect on your sleep. So I'd say sleep is a big one as well, making sure you're getting a solid amount of hours so your body can repair itself and rest. They are so important. Making sure you make time for you, and that for me is having a bath, watching films. I really like drawing. I've really gotten back into drawing. My yoga, I like to meditate every morning. I love cooking, I love baking. It's just about finding your hobby the hobbies or the passions that you really love to take you away from that constant thought process of, oh my god, my skin, what are people thinking? What do I eat in a day? Morning I wake up and I try and drink at least I have this big water bottle and I fill it up before I go to sleep, and then when I wake up I have like my supplements and stuff, but I will talk about all the supplements and herbs and stuff like that I've taken. I think have really helped my skin and coming off the pill in another video, but I'll drink a big 750ml one of them as soon as I wake up in the morning, so you're flushing out all that stagnant stuff that's been in your belly or your body whilst you've been sleeping. So yeah, I'll flush that all out with loads of water, and then I'll take my supplements, and then at the moment the whole family have been loving this breakfast, but because obviously it's gorgeous weather, I've been having my smoothie bowls, these really gorgeous frozen fruit smoothie bowls in the morning. I'll make it in a food processor and I'll have frozen banana in there, spinach, frozen berries, and then I'll put my protein powder in. I use Bulk Powder's vegan peanut protein. Oh my god, it is amazing. Their flavours are so good, especially for vegans as well. It's not really bitty, and especially not when you put it with something else like this, with a smoothie bowl for example. And then I'll put maca powder in, helps to balance your hormones, cacao powder. I'll mix it all together, and then on top I'll put peanut butter, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, goji berries, things like that. So again, it's really colourful. You're making sure you're getting in all those vitamins and nutrients, and that fills me up so much. But I try and take my time with it, and then I leave the peanut butter till the end because it's just my favourite part. And then for lunch I'll have rice cakes with avocado or some form of, like, I've been having those I can't say it properly, but that is the brand, that is what it's called, but they have, like, I think it's soy protein meat kebab pieces, but they are unreal. Like, for vegan meat they are unbelievable. So I'll just fry them in a pan, and then I'll put that with some like avocado or quinoa or millet, something like that, and make my own sauce with tahini, and then again have like spinach on the side or something. And then for lunch and then for dinner I'll literally have anything, from like pasta, spaghetti bolognese, pesto pasta. I'll have a Sunday roast. I literally eat, it changes every single day, so I can't say what I eat in every day is the same. And then I'll obviously, my food page, Eat with Belle, I love baking, so I'll probably have a piece of cake every day or a cookie. Something that I make, I make something every week, so there's always something to have every single night for everyone, which is really nice. But yeah, I don't hold back on treating myself either. What do I do to keep fit? So especially in quarantine, I've really kind of amped up my exercising. Not anything too strenuous, but I've just, because obviously we have got all this spare time in our hands, it is important to make sure you're releasing those endorphins, making yourself happy. And I really do get happiness from exercising. And I think it does take quite a few weeks to get to that level, because it can be, the hardest part is literally getting up off the couch, and then once you're in your gear and you're ready to go, you feel so much better because you've actually made that sort of leap. But I think once you get into a good routine and you find what exercises you love, it becomes so much easier. But I really love doing yoga every day or most days. I do a lot of Pilates. I follow the girl on YouTube. She's called Blogilates. Me and my friends used to do them all the time in high school. But she's got some really good isolated exercises for toning up. I really enjoy her. Sydney Cummins, she's another girl on YouTube whose videos I follow. My sister showed me her, and she's done some amazing weight sort of videos with dumbbells and kettlebells. And then I'll add some resistance bands too. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. I do love my yoga. I'll probably do yoga every single day, and then obviously walking, because the weather's been unreal at the moment, so I can't really not be out in the sun. It's just about having fun with it and making it enjoyable, so you're not dreading going and working out. Like, for example, I was doing that 5k run, 5k to donate, and I cannot run. I am just not a runner. I did it and I was buzzing with the outcome because I didn't think I'd even be able to do it, let alone finish it. but I've just got weak knees. I used to do ballet and be on point, and I think all those years of doing that I've just not got great joints in my knee. So I had shin splints for weeks after it, and I'm just not a runner, so I'm not then going to go and run every single day because I hate it. That was the last question. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and I love videos like this. I just think they're really fun. Let me know of any other videos that you'd want me to film. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon.